Hey guys, this is Shay with Just a Touch of Faith, and I will not be on long at all. I am still working, but I have a word from God. The past weekend, God spoke to me and told me like two times. He said, "Do not fret." So I was like, "Okay, God," and I was waiting to see what God meant by that, or whatever was to come behind that, right? Well, actually yesterday, I'm going to rewind. I am working in a new department on my job. I work for a home health company. I'm a nurse, so I do authorizations, but I work from home. So this job was supposed to start in January, but in December, one day I was working with my old crew. The next day they told me, look, you're going to be working with your new crew that you were supposed to start with in January, right? So that's what happened. And the beginning of January, I'm going to say for like the first 2 or 3 weeks, I had been going through some major spiritual warfare. I mean, the devil had been coming at me from every angle. And it was crazy. Okay. It was stuff to do with my job, stuff in my personal life. And I'm not going to mention. But as far as the stuff to do with my job, it's like I was the new kid on the block. It's like they didn't want me with their team. Just people just being ugly just for no reason. So I just kind of like just let it roll off of my shoulder, and I just did what I come to work to do and let that be that. So that was that, right? Well, yesterday I received an email from the guy that hired me a couple of years ago, right? And he was also my director when I was working with the other group. So on the email, he had, of course, me. He had my old supervisor, and plus he have my supervisor now. He forwarded the email to, well, not forwarded, but he CC'd the email to my new manager. And I mean, it kind of caught me by surprise. I'm like, why did he even, number one, he emailed me because I did something incorrectly back in October. Okay. So he emailed me about something in October. This is January. The email was sent to me yesterday. This, as a matter of fact, this is the end of January, and you sending me emails about something that I did incorrectly. I'm like, nobody was harmed. Nobody was overcharged. Nobody was undercharged. The thing with my company, I work for this huge company, okay? And we have offices in different states. When I was working at the office, I was working at the corporate office in the state that I live in. So the thing with that is anybody can come behind me and change anything that I put into the system. I mean, yes, I am putting my initials behind it and, different stuff like that. But just say, for instance, I'm out today and somebody else is working my workflow. Somebody can come behind me and give someone more visits or whatever the case may be. I mean, it's not that I'm going to be the only person that's going to be touching this account. That's not the way it goes. So I'm like, when he sent the email, I'm like, it didn't even look like my work. It didn't even look like something that I would normally type up. But I was like, okay, I'm not going to argue with nobody over something that happened 3 months ago. Nobody was harmed. Nobody was hurt. No money was lost. No money No money was lost. No money was lost. Yes, money was gained because the company is going to get money. But it was kind of like it was pointless to me. But what really got me by surprise was he emailed my new boss. Why are you even emailing her? She has nothing to do with this. She has nothing to do with this. She don't even know what's going on. This lady is clueless, right? So like I said, I was offended, and I ended up speaking to another one of my coworkers, and I was just telling her about it. And I ended up forwarding the email to her so she can see it. So she was saying, she said, if I was you, I would email them back and tell them that, it could have been anybody that did that error. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I said, but let me talk to God first before I make a move. Let me talk to God, consult God, see what he say about it, right? So I went on and I prayed, and God basically said, clear as day, be still. Be still. God said that vengeance is his, okay? So I emailed her back and I was like, look, I'm not even going to mess with it. I said, God told me to be still. I said, I'm not even messing with it. I said, God got it under control. And that was that. So, my new boss that I'm working under now, she also sent an email to the whole team. And just for saying how, she's not going to be in this whole week because her mom is real sick and her daughter is in the hospital as well. So, she was just saying that, she wasn't going to be in the office this week. So I replied to her email, wishing her well for her family. And she sent an email back to me, and she was like, thank you. And she had a heart behind the thank you. So now, mind you, this was one of the ladies that was treating me kind of crazy when I first started in December, in January, right? So and I was like, you can just tell, just like a text message. You can look at a text message, and for the most part, you can basically hear the person through their text message, okay? The same thing is with an email. The way you respond to somebody's email, you can sound like you're mad, or, that's the same way a text message goes. And I look at it both the same. So I never met my manager before, the lady that is my boss now. I've never met her before. But I can hear her talking, per se, through the email. And I'm like, why are people just so ugly for no reason, Anyway, when she sent a text yesterday saying about her family, when she sent an email saying that about her family, I'm always reminded that it's not about me. I've been a person that I've taken things personal for so long, and I'm so defensive when it comes down to, I was, because God had to change me. I was so defensive, and now I'm so much better. And I mean, I'm the first to say, I'm the first to admit my wrong. We're human. We're human. We all fall short. And I mean, until God change you, you're not changed. So, it's kind of like, I was like, it's not even about me. I say, you never know what a person is going through. And maybe when this lady was sending me those texts, when she was sending me those emails at the beginning of the year, her family could have been sick. She could have been sick. I don't know. But I didn't take it personal. I felt the tension, you know what I'm saying? But I just didn't take it personal. And I just didn't. So I'm saying that to say, give a person a break. We none know what a person is going through. No, is it okay to treat somebody ugly? No, it's not. But we've all done it at one point or so in our life. We've treated somebody bad. So, I mean, show love. Show love. A smile, anything. Show love. So I'm going to tell you this other thing, and then I'm going to read a Bible verse what God sent me to this morning, around 4 o'clock, I guess, 5 o'clock. And then I'm going to let y'all have y'all day back, and I'm going to go back on to work. Well, this morning, I was with some other ladies in my group. They was basically doing a review. It was actually like a 2 weeks review. Just wanting to see how I was doing in my new position, and asking if I need any asking if I have any questions, if I need anything, or whatever the case may be. They was just reaching out to me. And it was actually a trainer. And so she before we ended the call this morning, she said, I just want to say how nice you are, how you have such a good attitude. She was like, whenever we call, everything is always yes. She was like, you never give us, you never sound like you're having a bad day. It's always, your attitude is always just so good. And it goes back to say, it's not even about me. When you are starting at a new job, the least. You don't know what's going on. So, and I'm not saying be nice to a person because you don't know what you're doing. No, be nice to a person. Because if God is in us, we have to live how Jesus lives. Jesus went through so much, and yet he was still so humble. Yet he went over and beyond. Jesus knew what was going to happen. And he still treated people right. Even though he knew what was going to happen, he still treated them right. So that's all I'm here to say. Just treat people right. You don't know what a person is going through. It could be them today, us tomorrow. We don't know what a person go through. So just treat people right. All right. I have it on my computer as well. But my Bible is the Common English Bible. I like this one. But I'm gonna read the New Living Translation. I pulled it up on a computer. I'm gonna just read a couple of verses and I'm gonna let y'all go. It said, "Don't worry about the wicked or envy those who do wrong. For like grass, they soon fade away. Like spring flowers, they soon wither. Trust in the Lord and do good. Then you will live safely in the land and prosper. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you your heart desires." Going down to verse 7. "Be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently for him to act. Don't worry about evil people who prosper or fret about their wicked schemes." All right, now in my Bible, I'm going to just read a verse or two. This is the fourth verse. Sorry, guys. It says, "Enjoy the Lord, and he will give you what your heart asks." The fifth verse says, "Commit your ways to the Lord. Trust him. He will act." Then it goes on to the 6th verse and it says, "And will make your righteousness shine like the dawn." But the word that caught my attention is in verse 5. It says, "Trust him." And right after they say trust him, they said he will act. Okay? Basically, my old manager must have wanted my new manager to fuss at me or, look at me or It didn't work out that way. It didn't work out that way. Whatever my old manager thought he was doing, it didn't work out. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. So trust in him and he will act. Be still and know that he's God. All right, y'all, that's all I have to say. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Bye.